What's good, everybody? It's your boy Ghetto, back with another video. I know a lot of y'all gonna be excited about this one. Stems has just been released for Standalone with the 2.15 MPC update. Let's talk about it. Follow me. Alright, so here is the MPC with the 2.15 update installed on it. This update does include the ability to add stems. Just to get this question out the way, for all of y'all who have already purchased stem, you do not need to purchase it again. You can simply go to Activate Plugin and download the stems algorithm to your standalone unit. Now, the MPCX is currently in standalone. Let's go ahead and go to our menu and go to preferences. It's hard to see on the screen, but it says this is on a 2.15 update. Let's go to activations, and in activations right here at the top it says stem, MPC stem separation and activate. So what we're going to do is go ahead and click activate. Takes a couple of seconds. Once it gets done activating, then there is a download icon that appears right there, and we can tap that to download the stem algorithm to our standalone unit. So let's go ahead and do that. Now it's downloading very quickly, I might add, so it doesn't take long at all. And boom, now it's done. We have the stem separation algorithm installed for standalone. Now, one thing you might also notice is that there are now a lot more plugins in this list. Although there are new plugins in the list, those are not new plugins. Those are plugins that you already previously owned. Those are the newer Air plugins that have now been added into the list inside of Activate Plugin. They come with the MPC free, so you don't have to worry about them. Just know that those will be there from here on out. All right, now let's go back to the main screen. And from here, I do have a sample loaded into the MPC that I want to test out the stem separation algorithm in standalone to see how good it is. Now, the reason I want to find out about this, and I'm also going to compare this to the desktop version, is because the stem separation algorithm and the desktop stem separation algorithm are not the same. The desktop uses a higher quality stem separation algorithm, and the stem separation algorithm for standalone is a little bit downgraded due to the RAM and processor constraints of the standalone unit. Therefore, I want to test out the same sample on the desktop version and the standalone version just to see if there's a difference in sound quality that we may or may not notice. Now, the way that I'm going to test this out is I have this MPC here in standalone, and I also have the MPC software open, and they both have the same sample. So on the software, if I go to the sample editor, we have the sample loaded right here. And now I'm going to the standalone unit, and I'm going to go to sample edit on the MPC, and this is the exact same sample. Now, I will preview the sample on the desktop and the standalone version so you can hear, make sure they both sound the same. So this is the sample on the standalone unit. All right, so that's how the sample sounds on standalone. Now let's go ahead and switch to desktop. And now let's go ahead and play the sample over here. So I think they sound pretty much the same. Now from here, let's go on over to our standalone unit and let's go run the stems algorithm. So we are going to process the sample and we're going to go over to stems and we're going to pretty much leave it alone. See if it gives us the vocals, bass, drums. We want everything. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Hit do it. Now this is my first time running the stem separation algorithm on the standalone unit. I do not know how long this is going to take. It looks like it's processing pretty quick, so that's a good sign. All right, so I did speed this up a little bit. It did take less than a minute, so it did pretty good time. Now we're going to go ahead and go over to the desktop software real quick and do the stem separation algorithm there. So now we're over here on the desktop. Go right here to create stems. Same thing, same setting. We're not going to change anything. We're just going to hit do it. I kind of expect the desktop stems version to be a little bit faster than the standalone unit. Okay, so the first thing I notice is now that the stem separation is completed on the standalone unit and on the desktop unit, I have the stem labeled as other and the wave files look different. They're not the same. There's definitely two different things that happen here. So here's a better view where you can see the wave files for other. Let's go ahead and try this out to see what it actually did. So this is the standalone stem separation for other. I don't know what that was at the end. Sounds kind of washed out, but it sounds like most of the instrument. Let's go see what this desktop one sounds like. So this one sounds a little bit washed out too, but I definitely think that the desktop version of the other sample sounds better. So we're going to check out drums on both now. And the drums look very close. So this is the standalone version of the drums. Not the cleanest drums in the world, but I actually like the way this sounds. So I would take this and use this sample as a layer under something else. I kind of like that. So let's check out what the desktop version did. Oh, already much cleaner. This is a much better loop right here. Much cleaner. The standalone version is usable, but I wouldn't use it for a straight drum loop. I will say in this case, the desktop version of the drum loop was far superior to what I'm hearing on standalone. So that is standalone version. Here's the desktop version again. It's just a lot better if you're looking for clean drums. All right, let's see how it did with the bass. Now the bass sample on the standalone unit and the desktop version look clearly different to me. So we're gonna listen to the standalone version of the bass first. It's a lot mixed in with that bass. Some of the higher instrument sounds and some of the vocals on there. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and check the desktop version of Stem. Much better. Much better. There's no vocal bleed. I don't hear any of the other instruments coming through. It's all bass. It's not the cleanest bass in the world, but it is all bass. I don't hear any drums, any other instrument sets in it. So the desktop Stems algorithm wins again right here. Now we have one more to check out, and that is the vocals. The vocals also look clearly different on the standalone unit and the desktop software. Standalone vocal set looks extremely thin. I'm expecting it to probably be blended with some of the instruments because they're fairly close. I kind of think that's gonna happen on the desktop version also, but let's listen and see which handled it better. This is the standalone unit. I don't know what to say about that right now. Let's check out the desktop version. Now that was much better. I mean, the vocal, I'm expecting it to be choppy because the vocal is chopped up in the loop, but this is all vocal, and I didn't hear any bleed from any of the instruments until the very end of the sample. The vocals in standalone sounded washed out to me. So from there, I'm gonna say it's cool to have it at standalone, but clearly there are some caveats to it. It is not as powerful as the desktop Stems algorithm, and I know many of you hate the 2.0 software when working with the MPC. I tend to think that it's fairly easy when you're using an MPC hardware unit to run the software myself, but I understand. And honestly, I kind of expect the Stem algorithm to be a little bit dumbed down because a lot of the other standalone algorithms that are included are a little dumbed down compared to the desktop version, just like the time stretch algorithm. In standalone, you only have the Pro 10 time stretch algorithm, and on the desktop version, you can go all the way up to Elastic Pro, which is a much better time stretch algorithm. It sounds better, and you can warp or stretch the samples way further than what you can do in the standalone unit. So that's basically everything that's new for the 2.15 update. I kind of wish that I had a little better results for standalone, but I can't really say that. Maybe somebody else will, because I'm sure there will be a lot of other people who do something similar to what I just did, and maybe they come up with some better results than what I have using different samples. That is a legit possibility. In any case, we do have stem separation in standalone now, and I have full confidence that over time, the stem separation algorithm may get a lot better. That's all I got for this one. I'm out.